Hello everyone, my name is Vaughn and welcome to Student Express. Today I'm going to be showing you how to set up Blender and navigate the UI a little bit. So here I'm on Steam. Now you don't have to get Blender on Steam. I personally just like it better on Steam because I just have everything on Steam. All my software is on Steam. I think it's just easier that way, but you can go to Blender's official website, blender.org. I'll have it linked in the description for you guys to download there if you want to. But if you are on Steam, I don't know this for certain, but you probably want the latest version of Blender. So to do that, you want to go to the properties and you want to go to the betas. Now, Blender 4.5 isn't a beta to say, it's just a different branch of Blender. It's the most up-to-date one. It's stable, so it's gonna be all right. It's not gonna like randomly crash on you. It's stable, and LTS here just stands for long time support. So they're gonna be supporting Blender 4.5 for a really long time until Blender 4.6, 4.7, and eventually, 5.0 comes out. They'll just keep supporting all that. So for this course, we're going to be staying with the most up-to-date Blender, and I will notify you guys when a new version of Blender releases. So make sure you download Blender 4.5 from Steam. If you're on the website, it should just install the latest version, so you should be good. Alright, so here we are in Blender. This is the page that should come up. There actually should be like a couple of settings before you get to the screen saying like if you're left-handed or right-handed, general stuff like that, but you guys should be able to do that pretty easily. So we have a bunch of our recent files here. We're not going to be using any of those. We're just going to go to the general default file. So you're just going to click that, and here is your scene in Blender. You can use middle mouse click to move around like this. This cube, we're just going to delete it with the delete key, or you can go up here into the scene collection and click on it and you can delete stuff. So actually we're just going to delete everything from the scene. So make sure you have a nice clean scene. Again, middle mouse button if you want to move around. And as you can see here, we're moving around this white and red circle dot here. This is called your 3D cursor. This is just where the center point of everything is, and this is where you'll move around. You can change the 3D cursor if you want. You can put it over here and you'll start moving around that instead of the middle. If you want to reset that, you just do Shift C, and that will reset the cursor back to the middle of the whole plane. Other important keybinds or just tools is that if you press Shift and middle mouse button, you pan around instead of like circling around. So panning around is like this, circling around is like this, holding Shift, not holding Shift. And another movement tool that's really good, and this is the one I'm pretty sure everyone uses this one the most. If you press Shift and tilde, and if you don't know what tilde is, that is the key right below the escape key. I'll put like a picture on the screen so you guys know what it looks like and stuff. So this one is basically free cam mode. You can move like a regular like first person game. You can move around, you can look around at the same time. Now you can see I am pretty slow, so what you want to do is you want to scroll your mouse wheel up. That will make you go faster. As you see, I'm going faster here, and if you scroll it down, you'll start going slower. You can do E and Q to go up and down. E is up, Q is down, W is stay to move, and that's basically all you want. And if you want to like just stop this free cam mode, you just click left click, and you're back to the regular view where you can just circle around or pan around. like this. So that's the movement options that you guys have. Pretty simple. Another thing that is very important, as you can see here, you have a bunch of different axes. You can just click Z, Y, X stuff, and it will rotate, and it will be like it will do perfect like 90 degrees on the X. And if you click X again, it will actually flip around, so that would be 180 degrees. Or sorry, this would be 0 degrees. You're just looking at it from plane 0 degrees straight on to the X-axis, and if you click it again, you'll be looking 180 degrees. You'll be right behind it instead. So that's the easy way. Another way to do this, if you don't want to go up and click it, you can press 1, 3, 7. All these different numbers on your keypad will also change your viewpoint. Also, other buttons like most different applications, Control S is to save, so we'll just save this as tutorial.blend. We'll just save that. So now it's saved. You can delete that at any time that you want to. You just have to go into the Blender files on your computer and delete that .blend file. So now you might be asking yourself, well, I got rid of the cube, I got rid of the light object, I got rid of the camera object in my scene. How do I even put objects in? So what you're going to do is you're going to do Shift A, and you have this panel that opens up. You have curve tool, you have all this stuff, but we're just going to be using regular meshes. So we have plane, cube, circle, sphere, icosphere, cylinder, cone, and a torus. So let's just get our cube back. Alright, the default Blender cube, everyone knows it. So now that we have our cube here, sorry, I just moved the cursor, so I pressed Shift C to get it back. If you want to stop the cursor, because I keep clicking everywhere, if you want to stop the cursor from doing that, just click here, which brings us to our next thing. You have the move tool. So obviously you move stuff like this, or as you can see here in our editor, we have a few other options here. See if we, because now we have the cube in our scene, we have stuff to interact with. So we can do this for the location instead. We can do Y and Z, and we can also do rotate. But you know, you can also press the buttons from here, and we can rotate. And now your cube should be looking quite random like this if you just did what I did. So to get that right back to normal, you're just gonna hold Control and keep pressing Z until everything is right back to 0, 0, 0 here, or you could just make everything 0 here, but it's easier to just keep spamming Control Z. We also have scale here. This is going to scale the object in different axes. So right here we have the y-axis, we have the z-axis, we have the x-axis, and we can just Control Z to go back to the normal cube again. Now you're going to be saying, okay, I can move, I can rotate, I can scale, but you know, how do I model stuff? How do I manipulate vertices or edges or faces? So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to press tab, and that's going to bring you into the edit mode. As you can see right in this corner over here, it changed from object mode to edit mode, and you can either just click that, you click this button and either choose edit mode or object mode, but it's just way easier to press tab. It's just an easy shortcut. And what tab also does is, let's say you're going to sculpt mode, which we're not doing here, but if you're ever learning about sculpting and then you press tab, it's going to bring you to edit mode and then sculpt mode instead of object mode. Every single time you press tab, it's going to go back to edit mode. So, and then one that you had just selected, which can be, you know, sculpt or the object mode or any of the other options here. It's going to cycle between that mode and edit mode. So now we have a bunch of stuff on this left side panel, but we're going to go over the shortcut keys instead of just clicking these buttons, because it's just way faster. But if you ever do forget the shortcut, you know, you can just hover over these icons and it will tell you the shortcut for them, and then you can relate it back. So up here, we are in edit mode, and we have 3 options here. This would be vertex select mode, edge select mode, and face select mode. So as you can see here, we're moving around with shift tilde up, by the way. We can see dots that appeared on the vertices of our cube. So we can click these vertices and we can manipulate them. Now what I'm doing here is I am pressing G, and G is it's basically a freeform mode where you can just move your cursor wherever and it will just, the vertice will follow the cursor, and then you can just left click, it will go to the spot where it was manipulated from. But you know, you don't have to press G, Control Z by the way, to return the cube to normal. You can just use the move tool, and you can just move it on this vertice on different axes, Y, Z, X axes. And as you can see here too, there's these squares here. This means you can move them on multiple axes. As you can see here, we do this red square and we're moving on the Z and the Y axis. And if we press other squares like this green one, we're moving on the X and Z axis, not the Y axis. We are just gonna Control Z back to normal. And we are gonna go to the edge select mode. Now as you can see, in edge select mode, our vertice points disappeared. And now we can select different edges, and we can manipulate them the same way, except it will be the edges instead of the vertices, obviously. So you guys can play around with that, do whatever, and then obviously Control Z to go back to normal. And then you have face select, which is just the same thing, except it's with the face instead of the edges, and it, as well, instead of the vertices, it's the whole face. Now let's get into some of the options that we have here on the left. So some important things that we have here on the left, I'm not gonna press the buttons, but you guys can hover over them and read them. So we can do this on the face select mode. If you press E, it's going to extrude the object up, and then you can just press left click to confirm that extrusion. So as you can see here, now it looks like we have 2 cubes sitting on top of each other, but it's not really two cubes, alright? If you press tab mode and or you go back into objects mode here, you can see it's still just the 1 cube, but now we can manipulate the cube, this 1 cube, in different parts. So we extruded it here. You know, this edge wasn't here before, but now it is. So now we can make certain shapes like this, just random shape, and you know, it's just a random shape. So that's some of the stuff that you can do with the extrude tool. As you can see here, I kind of made like a little funnel looking thing, but you know, nothing too special. So we're just gonna Control Z to go right back to our regular cube. As we see here, we have our just regular cube back. Other notable tools that you can use, instead of, you know, extruding here and we have what looks like 2 cubes, do Control R, and this is a loop cut. And as you can see here, we have this little yellow marker, and we can either do it a bunch of different ways, but we have this yellow marker here, and we can just click, and then you can right click to confirm. And now we have 2 smaller rectangular cubes now, and we can go to face select mode and see they are separate faces. We can extrude with the E key again, we can extrude out, or we can extrude in. We can do the same thing for this face, but if we tab back to edit mode, they are still 1 object. Now that's all that I have right now for Blender. I want to keep things really short and just simple for the moment. We will get into more things like the modifiers tab in videos where we're actually gonna be modeling stuff. I'll go over how the modifiers tab works, particles, stuff like that. But this is all the time I got for now, and I don't want to waste any more of your time, and I want to keep things as short as possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Make sure you subscribe to Student Express. Check out our website, link in the description. And if you have any suggestions for models that you'd want me to walk you through, please leave it in the comment section below, and I'll catch you all later.